Part 20.11 Surah Taha, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. The confrontation between truth and falsehood is a timeless battle, fought not with swords but with words. Where arguments of arrogance are dismantled by the simplicity of divine revelation, in our last segment, Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, masterfully countered Pharaoh's arrogant challenge by defining Allah as the creator and guide of all existence. His response was a profound declaration of Tawhid, the oneness of Allah, and it left Pharaoh's claim to divinity shattered. Finding his immediate intellectual trap rendered useless, Pharaoh now resorts to a different line of questioning. He shifts his focus from the nature of the present Lord to the fate of past generations, seeking to undermine Moses' peace be upon him message by pointing to those who lived and died without this divine guidance. The verses we will explore now reveal Moses' peace be upon him, beautiful and spiritually potent response to this new line of attack. His answers are not mere theological arguments. They are profound truths that connect the past, the present, and the future, grounding the reality of the divine in the very fabric of the cosmos and the ultimate destiny of humanity. From a Sufi perspective, this part of the narrative is a lesson in spiritual certainty and the eloquence of truth. Moses' peace be upon him response teaches us that the sincere servant of Allah does not need to possess all knowledge, but must have complete and unwavering certainty in the one who does. His reliance on Allah's perfect and unwavering knowledge is the foundation of his tranquility. Furthermore, his subsequent argument, drawing upon the signs of creation, reminds us that the entire universe is a manifestation of the divine. The earth, the rain, the plants, everything we see is a verse, a sign, a testament to the Creator's power and wisdom. The Sufi sees the world not as a collection of random objects, but as an intricately woven tapestry of divine names and attributes, where every single created thing points back to its source. The physical world is not separate from the spiritual world. Rather, it is the visible manifestation of the unseen. It is the realm of Baqa, of permanence, that is hidden within the transient nature of Fana, of annihilation. This deep spiritual awareness allows the Sufi to walk on the earth with a profound sense of purpose, seeing a prayer rug in every patch of land and a blessing in every breath of air. The journey to Allah is thus a journey through the signs, a continuous state of remembrance that transcends mere ritual and becomes the very fabric of one's existence. Kanzal, Iman, Quran, Taha, 2051, 55, 51, he said, "So what is the state of the first generations?" 52, he said, "Its knowledge is with my Lord in a book. My Lord does not err, nor does he forget." 53, he is the one who made the earth as a bed for you and made paths for you therein, and sent down water from the sky. Then we brought forth pairs of diverse vegetation with it. 54, eat and graze your cattle. Indeed, there are signs in this for men of understanding. 55, from it we created you, and into it we will return you, and from it we will bring you forth another time. The confrontation takes a new turn in the 51st verse, where Pharaoh poses a challenging question. He said, "So what is the state of the first generations?" This is a question laced with arrogance and mockery. Pharaoh is essentially saying, if your Lord is the one who created and guides all things, what about all the people who lived and died before you in your message? Are they lost? Does your Lord know of them? Are you here to judge them? This question is a classic maneuver of the spiritually blind, to use the perceived gaps in our knowledge to deny the absolute truth. It is an attempt to use human limitation as a means to reject divine reality. The question is a trap, designed to expose any potential doubt or lack of knowledge in Moses' peace be upon him. It is meant to make him stumble and to cast doubt upon his mission in the eyes of the onlookers. Pharaoh is essentially challenging the universality of Moses' peace be upon him message by pointing to the seemingly unguided past. His arrogance leads him to believe that if he does not have the answers, then they must not exist. He is operating from a perspective of finite human knowledge, a perspective that is fundamentally flawed when it attempts to comprehend an infinite and eternal creator. His question is born of a deep spiritual void, a lack of connection to the source of all knowledge, and a desperate attempt to assert his own intellectual and worldly dominance over the prophets of Allah. Moses' peace be upon him response in the 52nd verse is a masterpiece of faith, knowledge and spiritual humility. He said, "Its knowledge is with my Lord in a book. My Lord does not err, nor does he forget." This is not just a clever answer. It is a profound declaration of faith. Moses, peace be upon him, does not pretend to have knowledge that he does not possess. Instead, he grounds his response in the absolute certainty of his Lord's knowledge. The phrase, "Its knowledge is with my Lord in a book," is a reference to the divine record, the preserved knowledge of all things. It signifies that the fate of every soul, every generation, and every single event is meticulously recorded with Allah. This concept of the divine book is a core tenet of spiritual understanding. It's a reminder that the Creator's awareness is not fleeting or selective. It is all-encompassing and eternal. The second half of the verse, "My Lord does not err, nor does he forget," is a direct and powerful counter to Pharaoh's arrogance and to human limitations in general. It asserts the divine perfection and omniscience. Humans err and forget. Allah does not. This statement beautifully and completely nullifies Pharaoh's challenge. It says, "The details you ask about are not my concern. They are the concern of the one who is perfect in his knowledge and who never errs or forgets." This response is a profound lesson for the Sufi and for every believer. True ilm knowledge is not in knowing every detail, but in knowing the source of all knowledge. It is the realization that our human intellect is limited, and our ultimate source of security is in relying on the infinite and flawless knowledge of Allah. This is the spiritual state of Tawhid in its purest form, where the heart finds complete rest in the perfection of the Creator and is unbothered by the imperfections of the created world. The answer is not confrontational, but is a powerful statement of truth that speaks to the heart of the matter and transcends the worldly dispute. Having established the absolute perfection of Allah's knowledge, Moses, peace be upon him, now shifts to the signs of Allah that are visible to everyone. The 53rd verse begins his eloquent argument from creation. "He is the one who made the earth as a bed for you and made paths for you therein, and sent down water from the sky. Then we brought forth pairs of diverse vegetation with it." Moses, peace be upon him, invites Pharaoh to look at the world around him, the world that Pharaoh so arrogantly claims to rule. He describes the earth as a bed or a cradle, a soft and accommodating resting place that is perfectly suited for human life. The imagery of the earth as a bed is not a mere metaphor. It is a spiritual sign of Allah's gentleness and care. A bed is a place of rest, comfort, and security. In a similar way, the earth is a place of sustenance and peace for humanity, perfectly designed for our existence. He then points to the paths, the roads, and valleys that make travel and connection possible. These are not random occurrences. They are part of a divinely orchestrated design for our comfort and movement. These paths also symbolize the different ways that Allah has made it possible for us to traverse through life, physically and spiritually. He then points to the water from the sky, the rain, which is the source of all life. The water, a symbol of mercy and life, descends from the heavens to give life to the dry earth. And from that water, Allah brings forth pairs of diverse vegetation, a reference to the breathtaking variety and complexity of the plant kingdom. This is a brilliant and compelling argument. Moses, peace be upon him, is not speaking in abstract terms. He is pointing to the very air they breathe, the ground they stand on, and the food they eat. He is saying, "Look around you, Pharaoh. Look at the undeniable evidence of a creator who has planned and provided for every single detail of your life. Do you claim to have done any of this?" This argument, rooted in the tangible world, is irrefutable. It is a reminder that the greatest proofs of Allah's existence are not hidden in secret scrolls, but are open for all to see in the daily unfolding of life. The 54th verse now ties this beautiful display of creation to human existence itself. "Eat and graze your cattle." Indeed, there are signs in this for men of understanding. This is a powerful, direct command to reflect. Moses, peace be upon him, is inviting Pharaoh, and indeed all people, to not simply consume the provisions of the earth without thought. He is telling them to reflect on the very act of eating and on the nourishment of their livestock. The food they eat, the milk they drink, the crops that grow, all of these are not accidental. They are signs. The phrase, "men of understanding," Yulian Nuha, refers to those with a sound intellect and a spiritual heart, those who are not blinded by their egos. These are the ones who can see past the physical reality and perceive the divine hand behind it. For the Sufi, this is a call to a constant state of spiritual awareness, to see every provision as a gift, every morsel as a sign, and every breath as a blessing. It is the practice of muraqabah, of constant mindfulness of the divine presence in all things, transforming the mundane acts of life into acts of profound worship. The call to eat and graze is not a command for a purely biological function. It is a profound spiritual instruction to pay attention to the source of all sustenance. It reminds us that our very survival is a miracle, a testament to the generosity and power of the Creator. It is an invitation to move from a state of spiritual slumber to a state of spiritual wakefulness. Finally, the 55th verse concludes this magnificent argument by connecting creation to resurrection. From it we created you, and into it we will return you, and from it we will bring you forth another time. This verse is the ultimate culmination of the argument. It takes the tangible reality of the earth and uses it to explain the spiritual reality of the afterlife. It grounds the idea of resurrection in the very cycle of life and death that is evident in nature. Just as a seed is planted in the earth, and from it life springs forth, so too will humanity be returned to the earth, and then brought forth again for the final reckoning. This is a brilliant and logical conclusion that leaves no room for doubt. It directly answers Pharaoh's unstated skepticism about the afterlife. It declares that the same Creator who brought you into existence from the dust is perfectly capable of bringing you forth from it once more. This verse reminds us that our physical existence is intrinsically linked to the earth, and our spiritual journey is a cycle of return to our origin and a preparation for the final coming forth. This is the truth of Fana and Baqa, of the human form dissolving back into its origin, only to be resurrected in a new, eternal form. This verse is not only a declaration of truth, but a promise, a profound statement that the journey of the human soul does not end with physical death. It is a reminder that the world is a temporary abode, and that our final destiny is not in the material possessions we accumulate, but in the spiritual reality we cultivate. These verses beautifully illustrate the power of spiritual certainty and the wisdom of arguing from creation. Moses, peace be upon him, does not get tangled in intellectual debates about the past. Instead, he elevates the conversation to a profound level, linking the physical world and our very existence to the undeniable reality of Allah. Hadith. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught, "The earth is a prayer place and a purifier for my nation." Ibn Majah, Hadith 567. This powerful hadith beautifully reflects the profound connection between the earth and our spiritual lives. It's highlighted by Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, in his address to Pharaoh. The earth is not merely a physical habitat. It is a sacred space designed for worship and spiritual purification. The very ground we walk on, which is the source of our creation and our final resting place, is also made pure for our spiritual practice. This truth is a testament to the divine wisdom that permeates all of creation, reminding us that every particle of the universe is imbued with a sacred purpose, and that our journey on this earth is a continuous act of returning to our Creator. This hadith, alongside the verses of the Quran, establishes a spiritual ecology where the creation and the Creator are in a constant, beautiful, and undeniable relationship. Let us now supplicate, drawing from the profound lessons of these verses, asking Allah to grant us a deeper understanding and to guide our every step. Yah, grant us the clarity to see your signs in all of creation. Bestow upon us the understanding to recognize that all knowledge belongs to you alone. Make our hearts tranquil and our faith firm in the certainty of our return to you, and purify our hearts so that we may see the world through the light of your divine names, ArRahman and ArRahim. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. May He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, ArRahman and ArRahim. Ameen.